Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep, and when last we left off, we're currently on the second level of the ruins of Stonekeep, and we're searching around for keys that we can use to open all of these locked doors. We've been encountering some rather difficult enemies on this floor as well. We've met Shagas that use more tactics, have more throwing rocks, and generally hit harder and have more health. And we've also been encountering some slimes and serpents. We're not encountering any giant ants anymore. Those are enemies for the earlier levels. The slimes and the serpents have a chance of poisoning us, and we've been quite fortunate in that we haven't been poisoned yet. That won't last forever. We could go down here and search for some keys, and we would indeed find a key eventually, but we can actually find the key that we can use to unlock these doors right now. Remember that area with the 4 doors that were locked? I thought they were all locked, but guess what? One of them isn't locked. And this is one of those instances where, when I was younger, I would have tried to open every single door even though they were locked, and I'd have found out that the door that wasn't locked. Whereas me now, I look at the fact that there is a lock on each of the doors and presume that they're all locked, when in fact they aren't all locked. An instance of where blindly checking will actually yield results, as opposed to deducing that all the doors are locked. Because this door is locked here, this door is locked, and this door is also locked. But this door here, with a lock on it, isn't locked. And in here is a single solitary slime. We're going to kill this slime by not dropping an arrow on the floor, by throwing it. There we go. One more should do it. And again, let's not just drop that on the floor, but throw it. And that enemy is gone. And that enemy dropped a key. A key that is made of ivory. It's a handy key. We'll be using that to unlock a lot of doors here. And there are some bags of grain. And in one of them is a gem. Always a nice thing to find. Let's go and have a look at those other rooms, shall we? We'll look at this one last. Because there are 2 more that we can look at, like this one here. Let's unlock it, and have a look at what's inside. The answer is it would seem like there's nothing in here, but I don't trust that there's nothing in here. Orb of Afri, reveal to me that there are in fact no enemies in there. We'll check the other one first though. I have a feeling that one of those barrels may contain a serpent, and that would likely kill us at the amount of health that we have. So we'll just unlock this, and have a look at the fact that there is one foe in here. We could go in there and just attack with the weapons that we have to get rid of the barrels. Or we could use our arrows to get rid of the barrels. Aha! Unfortunately, we can't use our arrows to attack that slime, because the barrel is in the way. So you know what? We're going to go and open up the third one. Actually, I think it's quite safe to open up this one, therefore. Let's have a look, shall we? Anything here? The answer is yes. There's a healing potion. Always good to find a healing potion. And it looks like that's all there is. But this one doesn't contain any enemy that we can defeat. This one contains a companion. Let's open the door and see who it is. Hello.
Greetings, human. I am Farley Malistone of the Chakra clan.
Well met, Farley. I am Drake. How were you locked in this room?
I was exploring these ruins against the wishes of my elders, looking for my brother, Damber, and his party. Lost a season ago. Have you seen him?
Alas, I have not.
I will find him. During my search, I was looking in this room when I was hit from behind. Before I could recover, the door was locked. I heard Throgish voices in the distance.
Throgish?
Throgs are underground dwellers of a dark nature, along with their brethren, the Shagas, mortal enemies of my clan. I have split many a Throg's skull with my axe. It is their way to hit a noble warrior from behind.
If they are around, we should journey together for safety.
Aye, that is wise. You have saved my life. As my people say, I have debt to pay, and paid it shall be. Take this sword. It is of good dwarven steel and will serve you with honor.
Farley is not joking, and we now have our first companion, Farley Malastone. Farley Malastone currently has 53 health. He has quite a lot of health to begin with, and we're going to pick up this sword of dwarvish make, and we're going to compare it with the sword that we currently have. Let's have a look, shall we? The sword that we currently have is providing us with a accuracy of 68%, cut of 9, and crush of 8. Let us equip the sword that he has given us. It's quite a good sword. And if we have a look here, and just flick through, it has less accuracy, but more damage. I think we'll use this sword for now. And one thing to note, Farley is left-handed, and we will keep him being left-handed by giving him this shield. There we go. Excellent. There is nothing in here, and it would be funny if when we stepped in here, the door was locked behind us. But it isn't. Also, one thing to note is that now we have 2 people, we have 2 sets of footsteps, which is a nice little touch. We could go in here now and defeat that slime. We'll come back here to defeat that slime, actually. We don't need to defeat the slime yet. I don't think there's anything of particular worth there that we need to desperately get now. And so, we'll go back to here, now with Farley. There are a few instances where having Farley may make a difference in terms of dialogue, because you can get at least one piece of dialogue without having Farley in the party. You can explore pretty much nearly all of this level without having Farley in the party. Farley will attack on his own initiative. We don't have control over what Farley does. And can we backstep into these illusionary walls? Yes, we can. It's actually worth having a look at Farley's stats, which we can do so by flicking forward a few pages. Here we go. Farley looks trustworthy. He seems to be strong, slightly agile, and healthy. His skill with hammer is good, and he is skilled in axe and shield. That's the game telling you he can use hammers, axes, and shields. And that's pretty much all he can use. If you wanted to use an axe, you could take his axe, which is quite a good axe, and give it to yourself. You could also take his armor and give that to yourself as well. We're not going to do that just yet. We're going to hold on to our stuff for now. We're going to get some pretty good equipment later. We want to head back this way. It's not that much of a diversion to get there. And once we're there, we'll continue on. We're about to find the most obvious trap that you could ever find. It's a giant pit in the middle of the corridor. There is the giant pit. And there is a switch on the other side. We could fall down this pit, and we take damage, a variable amount of damage. You could take a few points of damage, or a lot of damage. We don't want to take any damage at all. Lands of Law logic should apply here, surely. If we throw something at the wall, it will activate the switch, and then the pit will disappear. Not quite. The arrow doesn't move fast enough. You'd think that it does for the amount of Shargas that we've killed with them, but the dart is what you need. The dart moves fast enough that you can press the switch and move forward. We want to equip the axe right now as a throwing weapon because there's an enemy around this corner that we want to get rid of. The enemy isn't right here, the enemy is there though, and the axe should be pretty good at defeating that enemy. Marvellous. Let's move on, shall we? Farley can get knocked to 0 health, whereupon Farley will die, and you can bring Farley back to life. But as I said before, if Drake goes to 0 health, you lose, irrespective of how much health Farley has, so you need to be careful. Like this here, this is an obvious clue that there's something wrong here. There is a Sharga. Fortunately, we have quite a few ways to get rid of a Sharga, like this arrow here for instance. Aha! How about thee? And we're going to throw another arrow and very quickly move away from those skulls that basically deal no damage. If those were rocks, we would have suffered a little bit of damage. And this Sharga actually has rocks. I don't know why you didn't throw them. Maybe you were saving them just in case you really needed them. But either way, you're dead. This is a door we can't yet open. The key that we got doesn't work. Here is a door that we can open, and in here seems to be nothing. But there's definitely something in here. We just need to clear that there. There's even some destroyed furniture. Has Drake been here before? No. But whoever was here before didn't pick up that gem. The gem is a good thing to find. It's also the only thing that we can find here. If we go to the next room, though, we're going to find quite a few more things. Mainly, a lot of serpents. I think there are 8 serpents in there. 7 really small ones, and 1 really, really large one. We definitely don't want to go in there right now. Not when there's a Sharga there that we need to defeat. And we're going to defeat the Sharga the same way that we defeat all Shargas. By using our various ranged weapons. And getting the music back. I didn't know how long the music was gone for, but it's back now. So let's step forward, and then step back. And this Sharga is not going to actually come and fight us. Curious. Let's try again, shall we? Come this way! Much better. And we will throw another arrow here. Have at thee! And we completely missed. That is bad, because this Sharga actually hurts quite a lot. And you saw Farley attacking there. One swing there was more than enough to soften up the Sharga for the throwing axe. Marvellous. The damage, I think, is apportioned at semi-random. Enemies on the left, I think, are more likely to hit the people in your party on the left than enemies on the right. Of course, if there are only people on the left side of your party, or actually the right side of your party, because this is a mirror after all, it will attack them. So we're going to grab our things, and we're going to move on. We can't unlock this door. We need a key. And so, we'll have a look in here.
Sewer flood control.
This is a very important room, but we don't have what we need yet to make this room be very important.
Drain cylinder switch controls.
We need some drain cylinders, specifically 2 of them. But what's in here? The answer is an awesome piece of armor. Now we have a piece of chainmail, and that's really good. We need another piece though. We'll find another piece. We don't have the cylinder to use this, so we'll just move on. And attack this here. Random table destruction! There was nothing behind the table to warrant doing that, but hey, why not? There is another one of those switches. We can't do anything there, but what we can do is we can go this way. You'd think that just going in there is a sensible idea. It is not. We're going to use the Orb of Afri to reveal that there's a lot of peril beyond this door. Specifically, there are 3 Shargas that we need to defeat. A lot of Shargas indeed. We can defeat all of them if we're very quick, and that will involve using arrows. We step here, we throw an arrow ahead, we very quickly throw an arrow over here, and we very quickly throw an arrow over here. Drake, Master Arrow Thrower. 3 arrows, 3 kills. And we have a key. The other key that we needed for this level. A key made of iron. We'll just put that here at the top. Excellent. And now we shall have a look at all the other things that they dropped. They dropped a lot of healing potions. That's good, and also a tiny bit redundant. Because if we go around...
No, there is something wrong with the north wall. It is not made from the earth.
Farley is good, by the way, at finding illusionary walls. There's one here. If you needed to get to here quite quickly, you can. But what is down here? If we have a look at this sign, it reads,
Fountain of Thera.
We have found another fountain. The reason why I've been reluctant to use healing items. Excellent. Farley has a lot of health. We have 100 and he has 140. And we can actually go this way. We'll get some dialogue.
Well, you are getting closer to your destiny. Come closer still, and let us talk.
Alright then. I wonder what destiny you're referring to. Are you referring to us saving Stonekeep? I hope that's the destiny you're referring to. One more step, and more dialogue.
Beyond this door are the sewers of Stonekeep.
Is it dangerous?
What should it matter to you? You are already dead.
What if this door is locked?
Then this clue is for free. The remains of the tusk shall unbar your way.
He's referring to the key that we got that's made of ivory. This key. We could use this key to unlock this door and move on. We're not going to though, because we have more places that we can explore over here. We should also put on the map here that there is a fountain. And actually not have a capital O. There we go, much better. We'll be back for that fountain. We need to clear out all of the areas that we've seen before, because there's a lot of stuff that we can grab here on this level yet. With both of the keys that we have, we can get access to a lot of really neat stuff. But the first thing we need to do is that we need to go and deal with all of those serpents in that room. We need to take care of all of them because there's a really nice item in here. Now we could throw our arrows and an axe in there, but that really wouldn't do enough, and if we were foolish enough to step in there, we would die horribly. But if we use some of this oil that we have and throw it just right, we can kill lots of them. And that's quite good. And one of them will move forward, which is handy, because then we can throw this one here and accidentally smash it, wasting it. That was silly. But if we throw it like that, we'll kill all of the other ones. And there is one more enemy in here. A very large serpent that will make its way here. And if we step back out of the room, it will appear here. Which is great, because then we can just throw things at it. I may have wasted one of the flasks here, but we have loads of them. We have far more than the game presumes that we should. One arrow, and we can pick this arrow back up. I'm surprised the serpent lets us do that. And this serpent is dead. There are no more serpents in here. What is in here, though, is this water skin. We can use this to collect some of the water that we found. And there's an item here, too. A gem. Excellent. Let's go and get some of that water, shall we? Then again, maybe we don't need that water. We don't need it yet, so we will not get some. There is, however, this door and this door that we have yet to go and explore, because we didn't have the key before. We do have the key now, though, so let's go and unlock this using the iron key. We couldn't unlock this with the ivory key. And here is a slime. There are 2 slimes, in fact. There are far more than 2 slimes. This axe is brilliant at taking care of that slime. And we gained health and strength, which is good, because now we have 120 in health. We also need to move past this slime very quickly, otherwise we won't be able to attack it. And unfortunately, there is one ahead of us, which is bad, because we now need to very quickly turn around, and you'll see that Farley will sometimes throw things. That's quite good. Is that one of our flasks? Let's just check very quickly. The answer is no. Farley has some of his own, which is good, but I'd rather he use them on a more dangerous foe. There's nothing here, but there's something here. Excellent. What is here but an area with a treasure chest? And what is in this chest but 1 healing potion? And then a gem. And then another gem. A 3rd gem. A 4th gem. And a 5th gem. Just kidding, it's a healing potion. There's nothing else in here. There's a little more down here, though, that we need to go and have a look at. Is there another slime? There doesn't appear to be another slime. So we'll just go and have a look here just to fill in the auto map, and then move forward. There's lots of furniture that we can destroy, though, and I really should have had a look at the right first, just in case there was a slime just waiting to attack us. There is nothing else in here. Just that treasure chest. Then again, the treasure chest did have a lot of loot in it. That's always good. Moving forward, and through this door. We now need to move down here, and have a look in the other door. This one. Actually, not this one. I think it is this one. Yes, it's this one. Let's unlock this with the iron key. There we go. Much better. What's in here? Seemingly nothing. There is definitely something in here. We can hear a slime. So let's get ready that axe, shall we? If we're lucky, we can just use the axe to defeat the slimes, rather than the axe doing something bad, like making them split. Excellent! One slime taken care of. There may be another one in here. There's the other one. Hello! You tried to be sneaky. Being sneaky did not save you. There is a parchment here. Let's give it a read.
Whoever shall read these words, take heed. It has only been hours since the fall of Stonekeep. The front door and all portals to the outside have been barred with stone.
It seems like some people survived the initial attack. They're not alive now, but they did survive the initial onslaught. And here is another parchment.
I nearly perished in the attack, but foul fortune has kept me alive. Others so unfortunate attempted to escape through the sewers. I heard their screams and then all was silent. I think something is moving down there.
There are a lot of things moving down in that sewer, Drake. Not just one thing. But there is one thing in particular that might have killed everybody that tried to escape. In here is a key ring. There is also a healing flask. This key ring is invaluable. If we put a key on the key ring, we can just use the key ring to try and unlock any door that we find. And from now on, we're going to be putting every key that we encounter on this key ring. And with just one thing that we can check, we can see if we can unlock any door. I think there's one key that we can't put on the key ring, but maybe we can. There's one key in particular I'm thinking of. And when we come back, folks, we now have Farley Malastone in our party, and we have the key that we can use to get down to the next floor. We're not going to go down to the next floor just yet, we have a little bit more exploring to do here. And so, when we come back, folks, more exploring. And I'll catch you next time, and I'll see you then. Later. One more thing before we go, the voice actor for Farley Malastone, and that voice actor is Richard Epcar. Richard Epcar has had a long and prolific career as a voice actor that's still going to this day, with many hundreds and hundreds of roles to his name. To name a few specific ones, he's Bato in Ghost in Michelle, the Joker in the recent Injustice and Infinite Crisis video games, Raiden in the recent Mortal Kombat games, Kill Jaden in World of Warcraft, and Akuma in Street Fighter V. He's also been in the Dynasty Warrior games, Smite, Might and Magic 7 and 8, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 expansions, Robotech, and Kingdom Hearts, just to name a few of the many things that Richard Epcar has been involved in. He certainly has done a lot of roles in his time, and he's still doing more even now. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll continue to explore the second level of the ruins of Stonekeep. You may think that there's not much more to see, but there is a little bit more. There's this area, for instance, and there are a few doors that we haven't yet unlocked, and we'll be exploring all of them next time. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.